that you should be friends with the person you're with before you even start dating. I think it's like one of the more foolproof ways to know somebody before you like commit your like life to them, or just like even in general just have like that exclusivity of dating, and put it in that limelight. And I feel like friendship is the root and basis of a good romantic relationship, especially one that lasts forever, because as you get older you lose money, you lose your attractiveness, you lose like all the things that maybe were factors when you first started dating. But what doesn't change?
Disavow.
Your friendship that you have together.
So
I say marry your best friend, and you should probably find out if they're a friend before you even get together with them, get intimate with them.
Thing is,
all of those things.
I think you can kind of cover that basis when you're dating if you just wait to have sex with each other.
That's true too.
Yeah.
That's true too.
Because
I say that
have
because
no
I know
interest
a
in
lot
having
of people,
female friends. So if you're going to say, we're going to be friends for a while, no, thank you. Not happening.
I understand that. I just mean like if you are friends with someone already, maybe you can consider taking it to the next level. And I was also saying that to your point earlier about like being realistic about the secular world, that they're going to do it anyways.
Yeah. I would never recommend
at least put it off long enough to actually become friends with somebody.
I'd never recommend a guy waiting in the friend zone and waiting for his moment.
Well, that's the problem with saying friend zone and always making it a negative
thing.
But
that's what happens.
When in reality, maybe you think you're in the friend zone, but really you're just like you already kind of put yourself out there like you're interested in the person in only like a sexual way, which I find happens a lot. Like that's been my experience as well.
It's a cold world out here for guys.
Where guys will act like you're friends, but in reality we're not stupid. We know that you have like an in game when like we could just be friends, and then maybe we find out that we like each other later.
I get it, and from like that sort of more benevolent point of view where you would give the guy the chance, then that sure. But for the most part, what it is guys who don't quite know how to get in with this particular girl that they're trying, that they fancy or whatever, and then the girl will sort of keep him around for attention and sort of boyfriend things without giving him the benefits of being a boyfriend. The lifts to the airport, the jackets, the shoulder to cry on, but then he never gets any of the benefits of being a boyfriend. It's just the way that the world works. It's cold reality.
Situationship.
That definitely happens. I'm just saying that it's still a good thing to be friends with someone before you get...
Let me ask you a question on that. So do you think that should be the case for both men and women? They should start with as friends in the hopes that it will one day lead to something romantic?
First of all, I don't think it's like a foolproof, like everyone does this and it works or something. I'm just saying that's a good idea to think that in your head. Or not necessarily be friends before you start dating, but just have a friendship. Like I'm saying that a lot of times I hear people talk about like their boyfriend or their girlfriend or their dating person, and it doesn't sound like they have a friendship. Like they don't know each other on that level. It's like they sleep together and then they go out to dinner, they're on their phones, and they go home. So I'm saying if you have that friendship, you can't lose that. Like you can fight for that friendship versus just like, oh, he's my boyfriend, but like I don't really know him.
Yes.
There is no such thing as females having male friends. They just have guys that they use. Ooh, if she refers to a guy as her friend, she wants to sleep with him or already has.
That's so ridiculous.
That's not true.
I honestly think it's pretty hard for men and women to be friends.
It is hard, but it doesn't mean that we have ulterior motives when we are friends.
But it doesn't matter if the woman does. I feel like in most cases the man does.
It's mostly the dudes.
The woman is getting what she wants. Yeah.
He's bagging on us.
Also, here's the other thing when it comes to male and female friendships. So let's say it's totally innocent, right? Maybe it is, whatever. When you get married, or even if you're in a relationship, I believe that there's an impropriety for you to be, let's say it's for you to be hanging out with your male friend one-on-one. As your boyfriend, I would not be okay with you hanging out with your male friends one-on-one. I would not be okay with your male friends coming over to your house, hanging out with you one-on-one.
Yes.
And that's totally...
And so the issue with male and female friendships, once you get involved with someone romantically, look, some people are fine with the partner having friends of the opposite sex, but you may find yourself in a relationship with somebody who isn't, and then that friendship is over. So why invest in a relationship where there's a very good likelihood that there's going to be a breakdown of the friendship because of these sort of intersex dynamics?
Well, you're not really thinking about all like this, like, oh, I'm going to have to like dump this friend. When you make friends, I mean, unless you're forcing friendships, my friendships with my friends have all been pretty natural. When I do get in a relationship and I am not a hypocrite. I would not want my boyfriend to have girlfriends. So I would probably just like
Sure.
turn
Well,
it down
here's-
with my
yeah.
guy friends. But before relationships, just in general, like I think that's what he was saying, like girls and guys can't be friends. Well, like what if, okay, and I'm not trying to sound like, I know people are going to be like roasting like, oh, she's such a pick me, blah, blah, blah. Like, no, like genuinely, like you just happen to be like a girl who just connects better with like guys, or like sometimes it's just kind of hard for us to build girl friendships.
That's not a pick me.
It's
That's a red
just like-
flag.
I think the issue is that like if you're a woman and you're in a relationship with a guy and it's romantic and you have a guy friend, it's the fact that the woman is still entertaining the male friend and entertaining those thoughts that are going through his head where he's thinking, oh, I want to sleep with this woman, and you're entertaining the thought whether you may know it or not. You're still there in his presence, and
But your
Also-
boyfriend has to
I'm
cheat
saying
on
before
somebody.
that. I'm
Also-
saying before that. I'm talking about before that. Like
Also-
before relationship. Like I would totally, like I understand my partner's like like what he's thinking through, blah blah blah. But like I don't think organically like to make friends with someone of the opposite sex is just like because you have I don't know how to explain it. Like it just kind of seems like oh, I'm forcing this friendship and that I'm gonna eventually have to break. Like no, like this guy has a really good vibe. He's like or like just like in a group setting, like there's more guys, more girls. Like in my political campus clubs, there's more guys than the girls, and I'm friends with everyone. So does it mean I shouldn't have friendships with the guys as well as the girls? Like I think
Yeah,
before
like, what
before
about
dating,
friend groups?
before
Like, is that a
dating,
problem?
yeah.
Okay.
I'm not saying like I'm hanging out solely with like men, but I'm just
Yeah.
saying like there are relationships that are being formed between men and women.
So, I mean, just to actually thread it back to what you said about how you said you think relationships should start with friendships. That actually,
I
like,
didn't say
the-
should. I said they can. And it's
okay,
gonna
but
do
if
sometimes.
that's like what you're recommending, like those two absolutely, if your view that relationships or love interest should start as friends, absolutely they need to cut their friends off 100% in those circumstances. Like the friends have to be dunzo, gone.
Yeah.
Friends got. Oh,
Well,
here's
you
a
wouldn't,
here's
like,
a
hang out
worse
with
one.
them one-on-one
Huh?
if you're in a relationship.
What's that?
You wouldn't hang out with the opposite sex if you're in a relationship, like one-on-one, of course.
Are you like communicating with them,
What do you
texting
mean?
them? I text
no,
my
not
friends.
like in a like regular basis.
It's just not
like
worth.
you're in a
Truthfully,
romantic
though, it's just not
relationship.
worth investing in like a opposite sex friendship, really, just because of the potential conflict when one or the other gets into a romantic relationship. I think.
I feel like you don't need to have like this deep best friendship with the opposite sex just to be friends. Like you can be like
Yeah.
acquaintance friends, just
Yeah.
having
Acquaintance is
associations with other
acquaintance
people.
is
That's what I was
different.
saying.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not saying you're
Yeah.
having like this best friend guy and you have
Yeah.
a boyfriend too. Absolutely not.
Well, here's a worse one.
Your boyfriend should be your best friend.
Here's somewhat related to this topic. What about people that remain friends with their exes?
That's
No.
no. Like why? Why would you let that temptation be there?
Because
I know
your
a few people
friendship
do
is
that, it's
part
weird.
of a romantic relationship. So if you're friends with your ex, then that means you're still attached to them. That's
I
that
just
was
don't
almost my
understand
whole
how
point.
it's.
Wait, so are
Possible.
you in favor of people staying friends with their?
No,
Okay,
I'm
okay.
saying
Sure.
friendship is part of your romantic relationship. So if you're still friends with your ex, that means that you have an attachment to them still. That should be in your
okay.
romantic relationship.
You know what they look like.
Full
you know.
circle. Yeah.
I think you should be on like good terms with an ex. It shouldn't be. Hopefully, you can end a relationship in an amicable way, but
Yeah.
I don't think there should be like a continued anything. You know, so
Yes.
even if it's platonic or whatever. I have a couple chats that we need to get through. Wait, did we get around everybody on the money looks thing?
No.
I think I
Yeah. You